Unbeknownst to many today, there were Asians who lived in Nazi Germany, and although their numbers were not large, the lives they lived were quite telling. My research focuses on Chinese foreign nationals who lived in the Third Reich, and I believe that their stories show the complexities of Nazi racial policy and its application. At its height, the Chinese population of Nazi Germany boasted approximately 1,600 people. Some were traveling circus artists and performers. Others were study abroad students who came from a host of different political backgrounds. Most, however, were lower-class laborers, sailors, ship hands, or petty merchants. The majority would settle in Berlin or in Hamburg. Although some Chinese were ultimately sent to forced labor camps towards the end of the war, most evaded racial persecution for much of the Third Reich. While the Chinese in Germany were clear racial minorities, their numbers were too low for Nazi officials to be concerned about. Moreover, China played a key role in Germany's trade through the 1930s. By 1937, China supplied Germany with 72% of its iron ore, imports that were crucial to the Nazi rearmament effort. In light of this, Nazi officials decided to regard the Chinese in Germany as foreign nationals first and racial minorities second. With this in mind, the Chinese diplomatic legation in Germany attempted to intervene on behalf of its citizens often. At times, Chinese nationals, especially Chinese men, even tried to extend their limited neutrality to others. As Marie Yalowitz-Simon, a Jewish woman and later scholar who lived in Berlin in 1942, explained, "I had heard that Jewish girls could get a Chinese passport by marrying Chinese men. It protected them from persecution and even meant that they could immigrate." And Yalowitz-Simon was not wrong. For example, in 1941, Qilan Liu, a Chinese waiter in Berlin, married Margot Holtzman, a Jewish lesbian, on the day she was scheduled for deportation, giving her Chinese citizenship and an out from deportation. Another woman, Margot Victor, who was half Jewish, escaped Nazi Germany altogether by leaving for China with her husband, Wei Liangchao. The couple was married for almost 60 years when Wei Liang passed away. That is not to say that the Chinese did not face racism in Nazi Germany, which stemmed both from Nazi race thinking and Germany's colonization efforts in Asia. Increasing restrictions were also placed on Chinese life when Germany broke relations with China in favor of Japan in 1938. And in May of 1944, Hamburg sent approximately 130 of its Chinese residents to the Wilhelmsburg forced labor camp. To conclude, although Chinese migrants in Germany were demographically insignificant in the Third Reich, their histories highlight the complexities and contradictions of Nazi racial policy and its application, and their lives and stories merit further examination.